What's up guys? Today we're going to be installing our full glass windshield on this Polaris RZR Pro XP. So let's get right to it. So next we're going to grab the upper portion of our windshield. As you can see, it has all these bolt holes along the bottom and then this one cutout. The one cutout needs to line up with this hole right here, which is where the windshield wiper will be installed. So now we're just going to go ahead and take it, line it up with the holes, and you want to make sure that the bend is exactly like we have ours here. As you can see, this is the inside of the windshield, and this is the inside as well. It's flat and then it bends up towards you if you have it oriented just like we do. So now we're going to take our M8 hardware, start it through the holes with the screw head on the outside of the windshield. So again, this is the inside. We want to make sure that our nut is on the inside and the bolt head is on the outside. No, you're good, man. Once you've got all your hardware started, you're good to go to fully tighten your hardware. So the next thing we're going to do is grab our gasket and we're going to apply it down this edge of the windshield all the way to here and cut off the excess. So we're going to grab our gasket and we're going to peel our backing. We're going to take the gasket and we're going to lay it all along the edge of the windshield here. So we're going to start it up at the top edge. We're going to keep it very tight to the edge of the frame. We're going to lay it all the way to this side here, and then we'll just cut off our little bit of excess. So now we're just going to cut off our excess. You can tear it. I like to use a razor blade though. Now we're just going to repeat the same step on the opposite side. So now we're going to grab our bulb seal and we're going to make sure that the bulb portion of the seal, which is this part here, is facing towards the inside. So the way that we have our windshield oriented, that means it's going to be facing up. So we'll start it right here on this edge. And we're just going to apply it all the way across and then cut off the excess. So once we get to this point here, we're just going to go ahead and cut off our excess. I like to use side cuts. It just makes it easier because there is these little steel bands just like that inside of there. So if you get a hold of one, the side cuts help you get through it. And then just go through and make sure that you get your bolt seal firmly seated all the way across. Like just go back through and push on all of it. So now we're going to take the other bulb seal in the kit, and we're going to start here on this edge at the bottom of the gasket, run it all along the windshield, and then stop right here and cut off the excess. So next we're going to go ahead and grab our clamp out of the kit. As you can see, it's already assembled here. So first we're going to take our nut off. Then we'll go ahead and pull our screw out of the clamp. Set our clamp aside. You're going to have a rubber grommet with a steel insert inside of it. We need to get that insert out. Usually I just take the screw and just try to work that grommet out with it. Usually works pretty good. So here's all of our pieces separated. So we're just going to take the grommet, insert it into one of the holes. Make sure it's good and it spins. You don't want it to be wadded up on one side or the other. Then take your insert, slide it in like this, and you're going to take your screw and you want to make sure that you have your washer on the head of the screw here. You're just going to slide it through, take the clamp, and I like to open the clamp up. So you see this side has a bend on it, and this side here is flat. Take the flat side, put it on the threads, grab the nut that you previously removed, get it started, and then I just bend this clamp down and out of the way so whenever we go to install it, we can just wrap it right around and fasten our nut. So we'll just keep it out in this position here for now until we go to install it, and we're just going to repeat the same steps for the rest of the 3 holes with getting the grommets and the clamp set up and ready to go. So next we're going to grab the wiper handle, remove the nut off of the end of the handle here. Then we're going to remove our insert. We're going to take the nut completely off of one side. Take all of our washers off. And you're going to have one flat washer up against the nut, and then a rubber washer. And then we're going to slide it through just like this. We'll install a rubber, then a flat washer, then a nut. And then to tighten this up, I use a 17mm socket and a 17mm wrench. Hand tightening these is perfectly acceptable. Just use the socket to hold it, take the wrench, and just tighten it up. It doesn't need to be super tight. Once you see the rubber start to squish out a little bit, just like that, you know you're good and tight. So now we're going to grab our wiper arm. There's going to be a plastic cover. Just want to wiggle that out. Then see this lever here. We're going to grab it, flip it up, just like so. Then you're going to take the handle for the wiper, slide it from the inside up through here, and then I like to make sure it's set and straight. Once we have it straight, we will take the wiper arm here, get it lined up, and then we'll take our nut that we previously removed from our handle, just go ahead and run that down, hand tight, and then we'll grab a 10mm wrench as we're still holding on to the handle and just tighten this down. Now it doesn't need to be super tight, but it'll get to the point to where it's starting to go down on the splines. Once it does that, you're good to go. We can go ahead and grab our wiper blade. And if you look, there's a little hook here. It's kind of like a U. You want to line that up with this piece inside of the wiper. So now we're just going to slide it on there. You'll hear it click, and then remove the cover off of the blade. Put it aside. So we can just lay our wiper down onto the glass. And then our plastic cover that we previously removed, just pop it right back into place, just like that. And now we're ready to get our windshield installed to our machine. So now we're going to be getting the windshield installed to the machine. It's nice if you have somebody to help you, but if not, you can definitely get it accomplished by yourself. So once we have our windshield somewhat in position, to kind of help us hold it, we're going to go ahead and remove the nut off the screw here, wrap the clamp around, get it onto the threads of the screw, and we'll take our nut and just go ahead and get it started on there. And once we've done this, we'll make sure that we have our windshield in position, and then just go through and start all of our nuts on all of our screws for our clamps. Now we're just going to go through and fully tighten all our hardware. I have a Phillips bit here on my drill and a 10mm wrench. So the last thing we're going to do on our windshield here is install our vents. We just slide into place just like this. Then we'll just take our thumb screw, thread them on. Then if you want it in the open position, you can tighten it down to where it's open, or you can loosen them, close it, tighten your thumb screws back down, and now your vents are closed. Just repeat that same exact step for the opposite side. That's all there is to it to install SuperATV's full glass windshield on this Polaris RZR Pro XP. Be sure to check the description below for a link to pick yours up today, and while you're there, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.